Jain sir, welcome. Welcome to You Are Limitless. You Are Limitless, sir.
Great.
It's an honor to have you on our show, sir. So, sir, starting off, in this podcast, I would like to get to know about two careers of your life, sir. First would be the NCC career, and second would be the professional career, sir. So, starting off with your introduction, sir, please.
Sure. So, I'm Dr. Ashish Mittal. I basically hail from the land of five rivers, which is Punjab. I completed my studies from Christ College, which is now a university. After that, I did my HR certificate from IIM Bangalore, worked with Akshay Patra Foundation for about 10 years as a volunteer service. That's where I got to interact with Dr. Abdul Kalam and all the celebrities across the globe. Because giving back to the country was something very passionate, it was something very strongly embedded in my DNA. After that, I worked with Infosys for 5 years. I was heading a unit of 2,000 employees across the globe. Post that, I moved to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, wherein I was heading the HR for human resource function for the Manipal International University. After that, came down to Delhi, worked for some 4.5 years with Shiv Nadar University, which is part of HCL Technologies as a general manager, head HR. And after that, I've been in Srini Group for the last 4 years and a short stint with Flame University at Pune.
Yes,
so that's a little bit about my professional part. And apart from, I strongly believe in a work-life balance. So apart from work, I'm also passionate badminton player, cyclist, swimmer, marathon runner, certified scuba diver, skydiver, and an avid backpacker. I've covered about 25 countries.
So could we get to know a bit more about your NCC life as possible?
Sure. I would say the NCC life actually was one of the foundation life for me. I was able to understand the core important principles which are required for today's success. We call it teamwork, we call it discipline, we call it a sense of duty, and the leadership skills. So that's something which I learned a big time in NCC, and today it is these experiences and the understanding which is helping me to take decisions every single day of my life. And when we talk about leadership skills, it's about resilience, it's about leading with service, and it's about giving back to the country.
Yes, sir.
So NCC has actually shaped my entire life.
So as a proud Republic Day cadet of the 1996 contingent, sir, what are some things or some disciplinary activities that you still carry on today which helped you during your HR in your professional career also?
Sure, definitely. So I touched on a point called teamwork. I mean, today, one of the core principles which I learned in NCC, it's not about individual excellence or individual brilliance. Today, it's no point me leading a contingent, but I do not have anybody behind me.
Yes, sir.
Right? So teamwork plays a very critical role, because leadership is not just about your designations or your stars on the shoulder. It's about the trust you have earned of the people who are marching behind you. So when you talk about teamwork, when you talk about discipline, integrity is very important. And I would say taking the whole team together, I mean leaving no one behind. So these are some of the core values which have really shaped and helped me to become a successful leader, and which I also apply these qualities in HR function on a day-to-day basis.
Let's say a student or a cadet, like say they are coming for a job interview.
Yes.
So do these qualities make them stand out? Like let's say their resume, they don't mention them being an NCC cadet, but during their job interview, do these qualities somehow stand out to them or stand out in favor of them?
Sure. First of all, two things. I would urge every NCC cadet to proudly mention this on their CV.
Yes, sir.
So as a HR leader, I would strongly say this is not an option.
Yes, sir.
Because you should mention you are an NCC cadet with pride and with courage.
Yes,
There's
sir.
nothing to hide.
Yes, sir.
Point number one. Point number two, these qualities come out very evidently when you talk about resilience in today's context.
Exactly.
Today we see so many youngsters, they are not able to face the challenges.
Yes, sir.
There's so many suicides happening. I mean, there's depression and everything happening.
Yes, sir.
But one of the qualities is resilience. How do we handle failures? So NCC has taught me.
Yes, sir.
I mean, during my firing ranges, I remember when firing the light machine gun, self-loading rifle, there are many times I missed the grouping competition. There are many times I missed a bullet. But every miss I took as an opportunity to learn. It was never as a failure. I learned from it. So that's important quality: resilience, teamwork, hard work, and being sincere. That's very important. And discipline today, I mean, it's only bridge actually between the goals and the ambitions.
Yes,
so the other quality which kind of in a candidate CV, so I would urge all the cadets to mention Because the moment you put an RD cadet or an NCC cadet,
Yes, sir.
the lens I look at a CV is completely totally different.
Yes, sir. Sir, you had been the part of the 1996 RD contingent, sir. So what changes had you seen in yourself before going to Republic Day camp and after going to? So personally, changes that I have seen is people management, sir. So before I had gone to RD, like I used to lose my calm if somebody shouted at me, or let's say did not think properly. So what kind of qualities did you inherit from that journey, sir?
See, the most important is today, if you recollect Prime Minister Modi's speech, it was last year, 2024 Independence Day. He mentioned we have the 3 Ds which are the backbone of our country, the diversity, democracy and demography.
Yes, sir.
The point is, today India is the only country, we are the highest populated 1.4 billion population. India is a youth country where more than 50% of our population is below the age of 25 and more than 65% of our population is below the age of 65.
Yes.
The point over here is we have to strike a demographic dividend. So which means as NCC cadets, we need to learn to embrace diversity, diverse talents and work with people from different mindsets.
Yes, sir.
And no longer like at Infosys when I was working, at that time we had roles called IC roles, which are called individual contributors role.
Yes, sir.
But today those roles are almost kind of diminished because we always want people, you have to work with cross-functional teams. In academics, we talk about multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary. So it's all about working as a team. It's no longer working as a silo, as an individual. So the kind of qualities which you get to learn, because when I represented 96 batch, which was 30 years back, we got to interact with cadets all over the country. Different cultures, different thoughts, different processes, but we are all binded together with a common thread of NCC.
Yes,
so we got to learn of teamwork. I learned how to look at a problem from a different lens. Probably I was only looking at one angle, but I had other cadets from other contingent, from different parts of the country who were looking at the same problem from a different angle. So we got to look at that angle. And most importantly, innovation.
Yes,
innovation comes when there's diversity. Okay, so we saw innovative minds put together and we were able to come up with successful solutions.
Yes,
so teamwork, dedication, innovation, respecting each other, that's very important, and moving together. That's something which we learned during my RDC camps. Because for example, during my time, we had to pitch EPIP tents, European Pattern for Indian Practice.
Yes.
I'm not sure those tents still exist, but we had to do day and night. We had to pitch our tents, and during that time we had people from different parts of the country all put together. It was a teamwork at the end of the day. So again, we also learned how one of the most important qualities is emotional intelligence.
Yes.
Today, most of the CEOs are hired for their IQs,
Yes, sir.
and they are fired for the lack of emotional quotient. So how do you handle your emotions? How do you handle emotions of others? We're talking about a generation today which is technologically advanced. We're talking about ChatGPT.
Yes, sir.
Google launched Nano Banana a few days back. The point is, what ChatGPT cannot do is emotional intelligence. So how do you handle and take everyone along together in a very positive spirit? These are the qualities which we learn in NCC and especially at a national level camps.
Operation Sindoor symbolized the courage and sacrifices of our armed forces, sir. How do you think NCC cadets can imbibe that same spirit of service, resilience and patriotism in their career and life, sir?
Sure. So first of all, Operation Sindoor was not just a mere operation or just a mission, it was a message to the entire world that India will act decisively with courage and compassion whenever the duty calls.
Yes, sir.
For us as NCC cadets, the message is very clear. What we take the learning from the success of Operation Sindoor is that qualities like teamwork, readiness, discipline are no longer optional, they are mandatory.
Yes, sir.
Just like how our armed forces executed Operation Sindoor at the border with flawlessly, similarly, each one of us should imbibe the qualities of discipline and service with excellence in our mind and body. As cadets, we should ensure that we carry the courage of Operation Sindoor in our hearts. To the youth, I would say, face the challenges. Face the challenges. I mean, there's nothing to feel bad.
Yes, sir.
There are failures, you learn from the failures. I would say every cadet that, lead with courage, and be very focused so that you're very clear on goals which you want to achieve.
Sir, I think what is going wrong with this current generation is taking and giving feedback, sir. I think whenever feedback is like as an NCC cadet, feedback is there so that one can improve himself.
Yes.
And or if he gives, he wants somebody else to improve for better competition. But sir, I feel like in today's generation, the art, or let's say the communication of feedback, is taken wrongly, sir. So like the how they give feedback is a bit wrong, and how they take feedback is they take it in the wrong way. So how do you think one can actually be better at taking and giving feedback, sir?
Very good. You have touched on a very, very important point, and it's not only limited to NCC. It will go actually throughout your entire journey of life.
Yes,
because giving feedback and taking feedback is an art.
Yes, sir.
It's an art. The point is, I cannot use my power. I cannot say like Amitabh Bachchan, जहाँ से मैं खड़ा होता हूँ, line वहीं से शुरू होती है.
Yes, sir.
My way or highway. That doesn't work.
Yes, sir.
You have to win the hearts of people. The point over here is, just like in sports, I would say, I would embrace all our cadets, all our youth to embrace sports, because in sports, when you understand that it's always team first,
Yes, sir.
nation first, right?
Yes, sir.
And that time, everything takes a second sitting. So my point is, when you understand that my battalion has to win, my unit has to win, if that is the focus is very clear, then the kind of giving the feedback and taking feedback will be in the right proportion. The point is that orientation is missing these days. Because if the orientation is there, unit first, nation first, service first.
Yes, sir.
And removing all the egos and attitudes, understanding that feedback is for your betterment, is for my betterment, it's for betterment of our unit, our nation, our country. When that understanding percolates to every single cadet, the feedback will be taken and given in the right direction. Secondly, in soft skills is very important, what we call it, the impact of verbal communication and non-verbal communication. There is research which is done, which proves that the impact of verbal communication, by verbal communication I mean my choice of words, my vocabulary, my pacing. So my impact of verbal communication is only 7%. 93% impact in the overall communication is the non-verbal communication,
Yes, sir.
which is your eye contact, your body language, your gesture,
Yes, sir.
your choice of words. So that's very important. So what we need to understand, that I might be Shakespeare, Ashish may be Shakespeare speaking flawless English, but if I do not understand the non-verbal communication elements, I'll be losing the essence in what I'm trying to convey. The point is, today I can say my team member, a same task, how the hell you messed it up, I can scold him. But suppose if I tell him, look, we have done this, but this could have been done differently, by which you can avoid this error.
Yes, sir.
So feedback is an art. I mean, the way you talk, the way you, and the timing, again we say that appreciate in public, but when you to reprimand in person. So these all elements are very important. Again, I think NCC is a wonderful platform where all the kids can learn
Yes, sir.
both the right and the wrong ways of giving and taking feedback. Because when you understand how feedback was given wrongly, you understand that you have to improve, and the impact of feedback can have a huge high impact factor on any cadet.
So taking feedback is mostly about emotional stability of one person, right, sir?
Yes.
So let's say we are in a NCC parade, sir. So would you suggest someone to give feedback? Like, let's say there's one particular cadet who has gone a bit wrong in his actions, sir.
Yeah.
So would you try and give him feedback in front of everybody, or would you like later on call him and give feedback like in personal? Which would be better, sir?
Sure, a good question. So when I led the command, when I led my contingent,
Yes, sir.
I was very clear. I set the rules of the game before we start.
Yes, sir.
And I'm very clear, I do not have time for emotions, sentiments much.
Yes, sir.
So I say, if there is an error, it will be pointed out in public, because we do not have the time to correct each and every cadet every time.
Yes, sir.
The point is, when you correct one, it's a signal for the remaining cadets not to do the same mistake.
Exactly.
However, when someone is doing it repeatedly, that's where I will call in for a one-on-one meeting. I will ask the cadet, is everything all right in your life? I mean, are your parents some issues, financial issues, social issues, emotional issues, or girlfriend issues, whatever issues, academic pressures, anything can happen. Those could be momentary. Then I will counsel the cadet. But otherwise, my rules of discipline are same for everyone, very clear right from day one.
Yes, sir.
Because if you start accommodating these individual emotional aspects, you will not be able to lead a battalion, you will not be able to lead a contingent.
So the government's vision of Viksit Bharat of 2047 emphasizes the role of youth in nation building. What advice would you give to NCC cadets on how they can align their personal growth with contributing to a stronger and developed India?
Sure. We all recently celebrated the 79th Independence Day of our country, which was not just a commemoration of the past, but it was a message to the entire world, to the future, declaring a new nation, a Naya Bharat, a Bharat which is self-reliant, strong and united. And Viksit Bharat is basically a thing where you are looking at India as a country which is fully developed on 100 years of independence. A country which is technologically advanced, economically strong, globally respected, environmentally sustainable. So I would say in Viksit Bharat 2047, the strong pillars of defense, diplomacy and development will move ahead with cadets like you and me, because our foundation is unity and discipline. To our cadets, I would say that it's a wonderful opportunity to contribute. Our cadets should always work with discipline at heart, with innovation in mind, and the mission of Viksit Bharat as a vision.
Yes.
With these few things put together, you will be able to contribute to our country, to the desire of India being a global power by 2047. To add to this, if I have to join the dots, we have all recently heard the statement which was published by the Director General Air Operations, Air Marshal A.K. Bharati, who mentioned that our job was to hit the target, not to count the body bags.
Yes, sir.
Look at the precision at which Operation Sindoor was carried. Flawlessly, we neutralized 23 Pakistani air bases, 13 Pakistani air bases in just 23 minutes with zero loss on Indian soil. And it was very measured, it was very focused, it was non-retaliatory, which was focusing on the terrorist part alone, not on the Pakistani military area.
Yes, sir.
The point is, so there's so much to learn from this. So imagine if my army, air and naval didn't work hand in hand.
Yes.
How would you carry out this Operation Sindoor? So that itself is a message for each one of us, for the NCC cadet and youth, that it's only teamwork which makes the dream work.
Yes, sir.
So these are some of the things which we should learn proudly from it. And to add to this, we have seen the example of Wing Commander Vyomika Singh. She was herself an NCC cadet, right in JD and SC, Junior Division and Senior Division. It was NCC which gave her a platform to join the Indian Air Force.
Yes, sir.
As a successful Indian Air Force helicopter pilot. And she was the first in a family to join the armed forces. So it's a wonderful platform for all of us to take the right leadership skills.
So, having lived the discipline of NCC and later becoming a thought leader in HR, what mindset shifts are necessary for cadets today to balance patriotism, innovation and personal excellence?
Excellent. So I would say by NCC cadets, when you're talking about these three aspects, there are few qualities which really stand out. I would say first is discipline. Again, discipline, while we are very rigid in terms of our thing, but we should also be open to innovation and adaptiveness. So discipline, commitment to lifelong learning. Times have changed. If you look at the World Economic Forum report, Standard & Poor report, they say 85% of the jobs which will be there in 2030 don't exist as of today. The average shelf life of a tech skill has reduced from 5 years to just 2 years. The average shelf life of a non-tech skill has reduced from 3 years to just 1 year. With the shifting levers, geopolitics, with technological advancements, it's important that every cadet embraces the concept of lifelong learning. So we spoke about discipline, we spoke about commitment to lifelong learning. I would say then, think global but act local with Indian values. Do not compromise on Indian values. Fourthly, have the spirit of patriotism in whatever job you're doing, or you're an entrepreneur. Have the spirit of patriotism, which is extremely important. Creativity and innovation is the mantra of the day. I mean, today we know, if you look at the Goldman Sachs report, 2 years back they published that more than 300 million full-time jobs will be out due to generative AIs like ChatGPT. The point is, times are changing much faster.
Yes, sir.
We know how last month Japan launched the world's fastest internet.
Yes, sir.
Right? The point is, so if we do not upskill ourselves, if we do not adapt to the changes, we'll be left behind. So these are some of the qualities. And again, last but not least, resilience with grit. Learn to accept failures, learn from failures, just like in our drills. In our firing ranges, we have so many challenges, but we learn from them. So have the quality of resilience, never kind of get bogged down or get demoralized.
So, speaking more about your professional career, sir, HR comes under HRM, which is Human Resource Management, right?
Yes.
So, could we get to know a bit more about that, sir? Like
Sure.
HR and HRM?
Definitely. See, human resources, again, I would say it's one of the most critical functions which can make or break an organization.
Yes.
Today, CEOs, chairman, or the companies, they will look at quarters, they look at benefits, they have revenues, top line revenue, bottom line revenue, quarter on quarter, 4 quarters, what's my profit?
Yes.
But it is the HR function which also understand that ultimately it's your people which are driving your business. So it's very important to take your people along with the journey of success. So HR as a function, I try to ensure that we hire the right talent. Then give a platform and an ecosystem where that person can actually perform their best and give best to their organization. I also ensure that non-performers are reprimanded. We also ensure there are timely increments given. There are wherever a person is performing well, the person is awarded. The right hard work is being showcased. So the other qualities are some of the functions, compensation, training is very important. We ensure that all our employees are upskilled, because if they're not upskilled, then we are left with dead woods in the system. And engagements point is, again, one of the common causes, problem which we face is a lot of differences of opinion people have. Conflict management, be it academic, corporate world, anywhere. Wherever are people, there are bound to be conflicts. So conflict management is something which again HR handles. I train my leaders how to handle differences of opinion and how to work together as a team without compromising on the goal.
So HR field, as you said, the around 3 million jobs are at the risk of being taken up by AI, sir. So what do you think about AI, sir? And how does it affect the HR jobs, so the professional of HR, sir?
Superb. See, let me tell you, AI is here to stay.
Yes, sir.
People who embrace it will be fine. People who do not embrace it will be left out. Very simple.
Yes, sir.
We saw IBM about last month. They replaced the entire HR department. They used ChatGPT. They used generative AI. But again, they called some folks back. The point is the routine transactional works will be out. But however, when it comes to strategic thinking, when it comes to conflict management, handling the emotional quotients of people, that's where HR will still have, I would say, a chair in the boardroom.
I feel like there still needs to be a human touch to the HR field.
Yes, it's very important. Today, my point is when there is conflict or a person is emotionally down.
Yes, sir.
I mean, unfortunately, I was also going through one of the articles on LinkedIn and Economic Times where Sam Altman mentioned that today all the most the Gen Z,
yes, sir.
and this year we have beta generation starting, right, 2025 to
Yes,
2039. The most of the Gen Zs especially are writing everything on ChatGPT.
Exactly,
I
sir.
want to commit suicide, or I want to go to a hotel. How do I look good in this dress? The point is they are interacting so much with ChatGPT and they're preferring ChatGPT as one of the life partners also today.
That's all.
So it's very important that we focus on our individual skills. We do not lose the focus on individual thought process, because that is something very important. While generative AI is there, the routine, mundane transactions jobs will be out. But again, as humans, we will need another human. Today, for example, if you have a credit card problem, you will have a phone call, dial 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably after half an hour, you may or may not get to talk to a human. You get frustrated.
Yes, sir.
Right? So you will need a human being to handle human problems, but it will be at a strategic level, not at a transactional level.
So you have been an NCC cadet an ex-NCC cadet, and now you have had years of experience in the corporate world. So if you would like to add something to the NCC curriculum, sir, what would it be, sir? Because recently I had seen an article that there were classes of cybersecurity and AI being started in the Jammu Kashmir Directorate, sir. Yes. So anything around those lines, sir?
Yes, definitely. See, when you talk about the core skills, the NCC curriculum is all inclusive.
Yes, sir.
You really don't have to add anything as such. But since we have to move along with the times, now AI, artificial intelligence, is no longer a vertical, it's a horizontal cutting across multiple verticals.
Yes, sir.
And we know how the artificial intelligence has moved from artificial narrow intelligence, artificial general intelligence, and to artificial super intelligence.
Yes, sir.
When times are changing, it's important that my cadets, the armed forces also have to be on par. We're talking about robotic dogs.
Yes,
we're talking about drone wars today. The point is, how do I retaliate tomorrow if there is how do I intercept a missile which is coming today? I cannot be sitting and starting telling. So my point is, our cadets, our armed forces have to be fully prepared and geared up. We have seen the success of BrahMos,
yes, sir.
Right? Supersonic missile, which can be shot from air, defense or naval anytime. It's a huge success. So the point is, we have to have our cadets being trained in cybersecurity, data science, Internet of Things, machine learning, deep learning, and virtual reality, extended reality.
Yes.
That's where we can actually try to have smart cadets along with hard work.
Yes. So there are many people or cadets trying to balance their fitness, their academics together, sir. So I've seen your Instagram post, sir. You keep on traveling around the world, giving priority to your job, professional job, as well as your personal life, sir. So how do you balance the both, sir?
A very good question. This is again one of the most important qualities which I learned during my NCC days.
Yes,
When as an RD cadet 1996 batch, actually I never liked to study. I'll be very frank. During my NCC days, during my RD batch, in the entire year, I attended my college only for 25 to 30 days.
Yes, sir.
Towards the end of it, when I came back after my RD camp, I spoke to my friends which are the syllabus, which books I should refer. I was not sure what was going to happen. But finally, I managed to get 71%. I was very happy. So one of the qualities which I learned in NCC was time management, self-discipline, because of the huge pressure with my NCC trainings and academics.
Yes.
How to balance both was something NCC taught me. I learned how to never waste a single second of my life. Either I'm upgrading myself or I'm training others. So I'm always having the focus. So once you have the self-discipline, time management, I would say, and again, focus, determination, these 4 things, then I think we'll be able to overcome all the challenges.
Sir, you mentioned about interviewing about more than 10 lakh cadets for jobs, sir. So what are the main qualities that are being looked in a candidate, sir, and what are the most general mistakes or most common mistakes that are being made by them, sir?
Sure. So I would say when I interview people, we have the KSA triangle. I'm not sure if you heard of it. It's called knowledge, skills, attitude. Your knowledge is basically your colleges, higher educations will give you.
Yes, sir.
Certain skills you have. But it's your attitude which will be the key differentiator. The point is, today I have all the cadets, all the students with 95% to 98%,
Yes.
they're all coming for the interviews. What is differentiating one candidate from another candidate is the attitude.
Yes, sir.
The point is, there are a lot of students, a lot of people come there, they see every problem as a problem. They're finding more problems.
Yes, sir.
At the same time, we have people with a mindset, they're able to see a solution for every problem.
Yes, sir.
Today, India needs, the world needs problem fixers, solution givers, not problem creators. So one of the common mistakes which I see is, first of all, is Control C, Control V, right? People put their things on a chat GPT, a very stereotyped CV.
Yes, sir.
So I never go by the CV much. I always, more or less, I go for the face-to-face interview at senior leadership levels. Because at that time, I'm able to assess what they've written on the CV versus what they've actually delivered on the ground. That's very important. Today, why many students face job interviews? They actually fail during the job interviews because they're not confident. Today we talk about the National Education Policy 2020, which is focusing on practical skills. Gone are the days of theory. This is a microphone, I know,
Yes.
but how do I use the microphone is more important than just knowing the theoretical aspect of it.
Yes, sir.
So how has a candidate practically demonstrated your skill set is something which I will question and I'll be able to assess during my interview. And again, I give a very competency-based tests, competency-based questions. It's not a question, tell me your 5 success and 5 weakness and 5 strengths. These are outdated, redundant questions. I will put in some of the elements. For example, give me an example wherein you had to work under pressure and you were not, and you failed. So I'll give 3 minutes, 2 minutes for the candidate to think, because you really cannot guess, you cannot cook up stories.
Exactly, sir.
Right? And we have the onion question where I slice down one after the one after the one after the. The point is, that's where I get to know a person who has actually led the battalion, a person who has actually fired the guns, who has actually led a troop, led a team. You don't have to think anything, you will actually spontaneously answer on your learnings. So that's something I'll be able to figure out during my few minutes of interviews.
And so finally, we have a rapid fire round for you, sir.
Sure.
I will give you a sentence, sir, or a question, sir, and just reply with the first word that comes to your mind.
Sure.
So what was your proudest NCC moment?
30 years back, marching on Rajpath 96 and interacting with the Chief of Army Staff, General Shankar Chaudhary, Air Chief Marshal S.K. Singh, Admiral Shekhawat.
So one NCC lesson you still apply in corporate leadership.
Teamwork,
One word that defines a leader.
resilience to keep calm under pressure,
Your success mantra in life, sir.
hard work and discipline.
What keeps you motivated every morning?
The fact that I get an opportunity to create an impact. With every sunrise, I am able to contribute to Vikshit Bharat.
Best advice for cadets and the youth, sir.
Always look at the learnings from Operation Sindoor. And always keep the nation first as a top priority.
Your leadership role models.
Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw, the 7th Chief of Army Staff.
Biggest challenge you faced and overcame.
Biggest challenge which I was during my firing LMG and Sten machine carbine, that where I missed a bullet, and I actually learned that with every failure I try to take it as a learning so that I'm able to focus more and keep my focus on the target.
How do you handle failures?
I always see failure as a stepping stone for success. I always see the opportunities to learn and grow.
One line message to every cadet.
Always keep our nation proud. Keep the motto of discipline, unity and discipline NCC, because Vikshit Bharat will be built on the foundation of unity and discipline.
Thank you, sir. It has been great to have you on our podcast, sir. It's an honor to have you, sir. Thank you for your insightful words and knowledge, sir.
My pleasure. Jai Hind and all the best.
Jai Hind, sir.
Jai Hind.
Thank you, guys. Stay tuned to You Are Limitless. You Are Limitless. Jai Hind.